Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're reviewing the Kia Sportage X-Pro. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Jerry Sander Kia here in Salt Lake City, Utah for giving me some time with this Sportage. I'm going to include a link to the website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 2.5 liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 23 around town and then 30 on the highway, with power outputs being 187 horsepower and then 178 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see how it kind of like raises up on either side. I think that looks pretty cool. And then we've got the Sportage's headlight design, which is definitely out there, very futuristic looking. And then notice how the grille's been all blacked out. We do have some kind of like metallic gray elements built in. And putting it all together, kind of looks like an alien spaceship in a way. It's cool. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 235, 65, 17 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see with the wheels, you've got like the satin black finish, and yes, all-terrain tires as part of the X-Pro package. Is supposed to be an off-roader. And then you guys can see with the fender flares, and notice the bodywork along the side, and then more of that like gray trim. And then notice the window trim is all blacked out. And then here's your full side profile on the X-Pro. Those all-terrain tires definitely make it look beefier. Now taking a look at the key fob, we have our remote start function, lock, unlock, and then the opening for the hatch as well. And popping into the cargo area, you guys can see cargo cover built in from the factory. You got a 12 volt here on the side as well, and got quite a bit of storage here with this. Spare tire underneath as well. And oops, just kidding, I pulled it out. But anyways, when you're all done, just press that and that will lower the hatch right back down. Pretty cool taillight design here, and again you can see another Kia badge there, and then X-Pro down below, and then more of that gray trim. And putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the looks here with the X-Pro. Now taking a look at the door panel here in the rear, you guys can see we've got soft touch down below, and then we've got this piano black trim, and then Harman Kardon sound system with this. Pretty fancy looking seats with all of the stitching and the perforations. And then legroom here in the back is good. We also have a little storage pocket. We've got some vents in the back, USB as well. Headroom, it's good. And then we also have a cup holder armrest. And then taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see again soft touch here, and then we've got more of that padding down below. All of our window controls right here with our door lock and unlock, mirror adjustment, memory seats, and then nice wood trim there. And then we do have blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And then taking a look at the front seat, same cool design all down the center, power adjustments here on the side. Pretty cool looking pedals as well. We also have our stability control here, parking brake as well, and then this is all interesting with the trim. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, soft touch all around. We do have stuff like our adaptive cruise control, steering assist. We also have our voice command controls, volume controls as well. And then your regular stocks here on the back. Big digital gauge cluster here in the center, and we can actually press this pages button to scroll through different bits of info here on the car. And then we do have our drive mode select. Notice that it'll change like in the sport mode, for example. It's kind of another cool feature. And then in reverse, you guys can see we've got a 360 camera system. We even have the cool exterior view. So I think that's all great. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, response time with the screen's really good. It's easy to use. It's all connected in a unit, by the way, with the gauge cluster. So it's a pretty cool looking setup. Bunch of soft touch trim here on the dash. And then you guys can see the vent system down below. It's like connected. Pretty cool design detail, I think. And then we got a pretty big glove box here. And we have the radio climate control thing, so notice you can switch between the two. Some people love this system, some people hate it. Let me know your thoughts on this whole switchy control thing. Some USBs down below. We also have a wireless phone charging pad. Shifter for the 8-speed automatic. We also have heated and cooled seats, heated steering wheel, got some cup holders right here, center locking differential, the drive mode select, hill descent control with the auto hold, auto stop start with the parking brake, and the camera system. And then good storage space in the center console. Nice padding here on the top, and then we do have a panoramic sunroof. So here's our window sticker for this X-Pro Prestige. After all options, $40,080 is the total MSRP. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood, both the mirrors, throughout the rest of the rear, and let us set off in the Sportage X-Pro, the off-road Sportage. So it's gonna be a little bit of a shorter test drive. I don't know why this mirror's open and stuff. This thing's almost out of gas. So yeah, we're gonna keep it short so that we don't end up being stuck on the side of the road. I've also already reviewed the Sportage for the 24 model year, and I have also reviewed the X-Pro package in the past, so I know how this drives, but we'll still drive it in this video for video's sake, right? So first off, ride quality seems to be pretty good right off the bat, but we'll kind of go over this road's a little bit bumpier. We'll see if this kind of changes my mind on that. Pretty good torque right off the bat. Yeah, the suspension's comfortable. I do think the tires help out because they get a little bit more sidewall, and sidewall kind of acts as a secondary shock absorber. I've said that in the past, and so it does help out. I like the turn signal camera. That's a pretty cool option. Smart car with a ski box on the top. Really? The things that people do with smart cars, it's so crazy to me. It's easy to drive though. And again, this competes against stuff like the RAV4, and it drives very similar to a RAV4, to be honest. But I will say, I don't know why Kia doesn't increase the power on this base powertrain, because the Toyota RAV4 with a 2.5 cylinder is putting out more power than this. And I will say, it's something you could feel, you can feel a difference. The RAV4 definitely feels like it's got a bit more punch. So, to cap things off here with the Sportage X-Pro, I think it looks really cool on the outside, and I think it drives really well. It's comfortable, and yeah, I don't really have anything bad to say about the driving, other than I feel like they should get a little more power out of this engine, because that's what Toyota's doing. So if you want to compete against the RAV4 TRD off-road, you gotta up the power a little bit. But I mean, value-wise, I mean, at the price point this is at with everything it's offering, I think it's a pretty good value in this segment. So yeah, if you basically like the Sportage and you want a more off-roady Sportage, then that's what this X-Pro package provides. I do still think the X-Line package is a little bit cool. I mean, look at that. Look at those blacked out fender flares and everything. I don't know, I think that looks a little bit cooler. And I mean, how many of you are actually going to take this off-road? The answer is not a lot. So X-Line probably makes more sense for most people, but regardless, let me know what you guys think about the X-Pro Prestige.